Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time coming by, my name is Julie and I am a mom to 4, as you can see by my YouTube username. But I'm also expecting our 5th baby in October. So welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I hope you'll subscribe and join along with me, and you can follow along in all the new content that I put up here on YouTube. So for today's video, I just wanted to chat with you guys a bit. I have had lots of questions through my time here on YouTube, just on how do you do it with so many kids? How do you keep your kids under control? How do you just handle it? That must be so busy. Just many different questions and comments I've gotten like that I thought that I would address. And I by no means want this to be a how-to video, because let's face it, I do not have all the answers, and I become aware of that more and more every day, that I do not have all the answers. But I hope that this can encourage some of you and maybe help some of you who are starting a family or who are kind of in these trenches of motherhood right now. So first off, if you watch my channel much, know much about me, you know that I am a Christian. And so being a Christian, Bible reading and prayer are huge for me. I don't know how I would make it through life as a mom without God's grace and God's mercy, and I totally rely on Him every day. And so I start my day off each morning reading God's Word and in prayer. Like, my mornings always start off, God, please give me patience today. Help me through this day to know how to handle each situation with the kids, how to be the best mom I can be, and then also just praying for the kids. And God says in His Word that His mercies are new every morning, and that is a great promise to cling to as a mom. For myself, I know I definitely need His mercy, and so to have that promise from Him and all of His other promises are very, very helpful. When you're a mom, whether you have 1 child or 5 or 12, and you have a lot of responsibility, so not even just as a mom, whether you have a career or you're starting a job, it might seem from the outside looking in, that looks like a lot of work. I don't think I could ever do that. And people say that to me. They say, I could never do it. Good for you. I could never do it. And to be honest, thinking back to Julie as a recently married wife, no children yet, I think if all of a sudden one day I had 4 little ones running around, homeschooling, everything that I am doing right now, I would go absolutely crazy. Like, I would have a nervous breakdown. I don't know how I could do it, because yes, I agree it is a lot of work. But for one, it comes in steps. So each child, at least for me, came one at a time. And then you just do it. You just do what you have to do. You might look ahead and think, how am I going to do it when this new baby comes? And I'm kind of going through that right now. Like, how am I going to do it when this new baby comes? And it's a little bit scary thinking forward to that, and how my days are going to look, and how my nights are going to look, and no sleep, and just all that comes along with having children. But then when it really comes down to it, you just do it. I even think back now to when I had 3 little ones, 3 and under, and think, how did I do that? Because now my youngest is 2.5, and I feel like I'm going crazy some days, but I don't even have a baby, and I had 3 babies back then. So you just do it. You might look and think, I could never do it, but then when that baby's born into your arms and you bring it home, you do it. You just do it. You can rise to the challenge. Having a routine has definitely helped a ton. Maybe it's just my children, but I think children in general really thrive when they have a routine. So we are not super strict with our schedule. It's not like we have a super structured day that we have to completely stick to, but we do have a routine. So my kids get up, they know that we have breakfast very soon after they wake up. After breakfast, they know they each have chores to do. And sometimes I feel like I have to remind them to do their chores many times over, but they know they have chores to do after breakfast. And then right now, of course, with our kids getting older, we are into school and homeschooling, and so they know all about that routine. They just kind of know how our day goes. They know that they have a quiet time every day. They know around what time to expect lunch. And it's just really good for kids to have some sort of structure to their day, some sort of routine that I think really helps the day go smoother for them, but it also really, really helps this day go smoother for myself as a mom. One bonus, of course, now that my kids are getting to an age where they can help out with chores, is that they do help out, and they are getting finally to the age where their helping is actually helping me. It's not just me helping them do the job that's supposed to be helping me, but it actually takes longer. They are actually helping me, so I can actually send them to do different chores. My kids will completely set the table for me if asked, or completely load the dishwasher. They can really help out with a lot of chores around the house. Sometimes it's nice to give them a job to do, to take that time to be busy doing something. Like if I am, let's say I'm cleaning upstairs in one of the kids' rooms or putting away laundry in their room or something, rather than my kids running around down here wreaking havoc and making more mess, I'll say, okay, why don't you guys fold this full basket of laundry? And even if some of the stuff I do have to fold over, they were kept busy for a good length of time trying to do that chore. And so that kept them occupied for a good chunk of time rather than throwing toys around. So sometimes that can really help out as well, just giving them something for their hands to do, and they think that they are doing a big job, but it really just keeps them busy. Having a set quiet time is a game changer. And my two youngest ones, who are 2.5 and 4, have naps most days. There are some times that they will go down and they won't have a nap, but most days they will fall asleep. And then my two older kids, who are 8 and 6, never nap, but they always have a quiet time. So we have a set time. I know this routine will kind of get, I was gonna say kind of changed around, but no, really just thrown up in the air, really. Once this little one comes around, and I can't really depend on specific nap times as a newborn. But that being said, right now, around 1 or 1:30, my kids all go down. The two youngest ones will go down for a bit longer. They'll have a nap, but my two older ones will take books. They'll take a little bucket full of toys. They'll take blocks. Sometimes they'll take like a notepad and pen, or they'll take a coloring book. They're allowed to take things because it's not nap time for them, but they have an hour, like at least an hour of quiet time. And it's really good for them. It helps them kind of refresh, have that time alone. It's good for them to have time not always together with their siblings. Sometimes they need that time just to be alone. And so that really is good for them. And then it is amazing for me. Even though, of course, they don't need naps anymore, for me to have an hour of quiet time is amazing. And yes, I am choosing my quiet time today to film a video, but that's great. That's what I want to do. Sometimes I'll read a book, sometimes I will take a nap, but I know I have that time where the kids are all in their own spaces and we can all just enjoy a little refresh in the middle of the day. For myself personally, it helps to have less stuff. And so this kind of goes along with minimalism, and I wouldn't call myself a minimalist, but I totally love and appreciate that idea, and I can totally understand how that makes life simpler, and how in a way having less is more. You don't have a whole bunch of toys where the kids are taking toys out and making a huge mess with them. They only have a set number of toys, and so when they make a mess, it's just that small mess, and when it's time to clean up, it's not a big disaster in your house. And so in all areas of your life, so both in clothes and in toys and in just in general stuff, having less makes it less hectic, I find. And having a large family, I find it hard, always a challenge. I'm always, okay, what do we need? What do we not use? Okay, we haven't used this in a while, I'm gonna get rid of it. And just trying to clear things out and not have our house become crowded. But it is hard with multiple kids, because when you have 4 kids, soon to be 5 kids, that is automatically 5 bikes and 5 helmets and 5 beds and 5, pairs of church shoes and 5 pairs of running shoes and 5 pairs of rain boots. And it adds up so fast. But I do find that a lot of clutter is really a lot of clutter in my mind and is just overwhelming to me. And our house just runs so much smoother if we're just keeping a handle on that and not having more stuff than we need. Last but not least, definitely not least, as an important part of running a large household is patience. Like, I need patience. Like I told you at the beginning, every day in my prayers, God, please give me patience. I need to be patient. And it's humbling. It is humbling having children. You might think you have everything in order, you know how you're gonna parent. You hear it said like, well, when I have kids, I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do this, or see what that kid did, my child's not gonna do that. And you have these ideas, and then all of a sudden these children come into your home and you realize it's a lot different than you expected it to be. And so it is definitely humbling having children, and patience is required. Sometimes I just need to step out of the room. Not often, but if it gets really crazy, either I will yell, which I don't want to do, or I just have to walk out for a minute, just take a deep breath, kind of step back and look, okay, it's not such a big deal. I need to go back in and just speak softly and handle this issue. And there are good days and bad days. Like, there are days I am out and about with the kids and we're just getting a lot of stuff done. And I just think, wow, my kids are the best. They are so well behaved. They did so well out today. We didn't really need to discipline at all. And they were just quick to do what was expected of them and just be on their best behavior. Like, we are doing something right here. And then there are other days that I just talk to my husband at the end, like, what are we doing wrong? Because this went wrong today. This child did this child, and I'm like, what is wrong? Like, we are failing here. And so yes, there are good days and there are bad days, and you just have to roll with it. Have patience. Motherhood is quite the journey. It definitely is. Like I stated at the beginning, I do not have all the answers. I myself, I need help. One other thing I should mention that really helps me too is books. I should do a video sometime on some of my favorite mom books. And I haven't read a lot. I really would like to read more, but anything by Sally Clarkson is super inspiring to me, super encouraging. If you have read any of her books, if you are a Christian mom, you probably have, because she is a quite well-known Christian author writing to encourage moms. And man, any one of her books, you will learn a ton from. But I'm going to end this video right here. If you have any other more specific questions about motherhood, about how I deal with different situations, or how we parent, and anything like that, I can tell you what we do. I don't know if it's always the best, but I can tell you how we do it. And we are learning every single day. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this and maybe learned a little something from it. And I will see you guys next time. I'm gonna go and finish my coffee. Bye.